Sweden, a land of endless pine forests, snow-covered winters, and summer days that seem to never end. But behind that peaceful beauty lies a society filled with surprising quirks. Want to name your baby? You'll need government approval. Trash is so valuable here, they actually import it from other countries. In this video, join Knowledge Compass as we explore 10 strange yet fascinating facts about Sweden, a country where life is built on balance, calmness, and a quiet kind of brilliance in every small detail. Number 10. Lagom, a way of life you can only truly understand by living in Sweden. Every culture has a core philosophy of life. In Japan, it's wabi-sabi, the beauty of imperfection. In Denmark, it's hygge, joy found in simple, cozy moments. And in Sweden, it's lagom, a word that can't quite be translated, but one that quietly shapes everyday life. Lagom means just enough. Not too much, not too little, not flashy, not deprived. It's the art of balance. Eating just enough to feel satisfied, spending only what you need, and living in a way that feels calm and content without chasing more. What makes Lagom unique is that it's not a rule. No one enforces it, but it slowly seeps into daily choices. How Swedes dress, decorate their homes, shop, work, and even build relationships. You see Lagom in their architecture and design. Homes filled with natural light, soft neutral tones, and a sense of peace that doesn't come from luxury, but from thoughtfulness. Even in fashion, Swedes choose comfort and fit over trends. Modest, tidy, and perfectly their own. And maybe because they live this way, not too loud, not too dramatic, there's something beautifully steady and quietly free about the Swedish way of life. In a world that constantly urges us to want more, be faster, and compete harder, Lagom is Sweden's gentle reminder that happiness often lies in knowing when to stop. Number 9. Cohabitation, a common and respected choice in Sweden. In Sweden, living together before marriage isn't just common, it's considered a natural step in a romantic relationship. Many couples choose to move in together shortly after dating, and in fact, a large number of them stay happily together for life without ever getting married. There's no pressure from family or society to formalize the relationship, and no expectation that love must lead to a wedding. What matters most is mutual trust, a sense of emotional security, and shared consent between two people. Swedes see cohabitation as a practical way to truly understand one another, through the small routines and realities of everyday life, before making any long-term commitment. It's not rebellion, it's a mature, thoughtful, and entirely accepted choice. In Sweden, love doesn't need to be bound by paperwork or rituals. As long as there is enough trust and respect to move forward together, that alone is more than enough. Number 8. Fika, when taking a break becomes part of the culture. In many countries, taking a break at work means a quick nap, scrolling through your phone, or rushing to grab a coffee. But in Sweden, they have an entire cultural concept for it, and it's called Fika. Fika is not just about drinking coffee. It's a meaningful little ritual, a moment to pause, sit with others, enjoy a cinnamon bun, and truly connect. In Swedish culture, Fika isn't seen as laziness or wasted time. On the contrary, it's encouraged as a vital part of maintaining balance, recharging mentally, and strengthening team spirit. At offices, cafes, and even in homes, Fika usually happens once or twice a day, typically mid-morning or in the afternoon. You'll often see co-workers chatting over coffee, nibbling on a cannel bowl, and sharing stories that have nothing to do with work. And perhaps that's why Swedish workplaces feel so calm and unhurried. They're not just places to get things done. They're places where people feel human together. Number 7. Sweden ran out of trash and started importing it. It may sound absurd, but it's absolutely true. Sweden is one of the most advanced countries in the world when it comes to recycling and waste management. Only about 1% of household waste ends up in landfills. The rest is carefully sorted, recycled, or converted into energy. The country has developed high-efficiency waste-to-energy plants that use trash to generate heat for millions of homes during the long winter months. But then something unexpected happened. Swedes became so good at recycling that they didn't have enough trash left to keep their energy system running. So what did they do? They started importing waste from other countries, including Norway, the UK, and Ireland, just to keep their plants operating at full capacity. In Sweden, trash isn't garbage. It's a valuable resource. And in doing so, they've transformed one of the world's biggest environmental problems into a clean energy solution and a brilliant lesson in smart, circular economics. Number 6, baby names must be approved by the government. In Sweden, naming your child isn't just a personal decision. It's something that requires official approval. By law, every baby name must be submitted to the National Tax Agency for review. If a name is deemed too strange, offensive, misleading, or likely to cause embarrassment, it can be rejected. And it happens more often than you might think. Names like IKEA, which matches the famous Swedish furniture brand, or Metallica, the name of a world-renowned rock band, have all been denied. While it may sound overly strict, this rule is meant to protect the child's dignity and emotional well-being from the very beginning. In Sweden, a name isn't just a personal expression, it's also a responsibility to both the child and to society. Number 5, parental leave isn't just for moms, it's a right shared equally by dads. In Sweden, taking care of children isn't seen as just a mother's job. It's a shared responsibility, and more importantly, a shared right. The government allows couples to take up to 480 days of paid parental leave, and what's special is that the time is divided between both parents. Each parent is guaranteed at least 90 days that cannot be transferred to the other. If not used, they're lost. This system is designed to encourage fathers to take a more active role in raising their children, starting from the very first months. And many Swedish dads embrace it fully, proudly pushing strollers, changing diapers, and caring for their babies while moms return to work. In Sweden, being a father isn't just a role, it's a reflection of a culture built on love, equality, and shared responsibility within the family. Number 4, borrow a person, Sweden's real-life human library. In Sweden, there are libraries where you don't just borrow books. You can actually borrow a person. It's called the human library, a concept where you check out someone from a specific social group and spend 30 minutes simply talking to them. Not to ask for help or do anything, just to listen to their story as if you were reading a living, breathing book. The person you borrow could be a former inmate, a refugee, someone experiencing homelessness, a member of a religious minority, or anyone who has faced prejudice or misunderstanding. The goal of this concept is simple yet powerful. Dialogue instead of judgment, empathy instead of assumption. The human library is a beautiful example of how Swedish society encourages understanding, not through lectures or slogans, but through direct, honest, human connection. It reminds us that the best way to challenge stereotypes is to meet the people behind them. Number 3, a hotel made entirely of ice, rebuilt every year. In the remote region of Lapland, near the Arctic Circle, there's a tiny town called Jukkasjärvi, and in this quiet, snow-covered landscape, the Swedes have created something truly magical, the ICEHOTEL, a hotel made entirely out of real ice. First built in 1989, the ICEHOTEL has since become a living piece of temporary art, rebuilt from scratch every winter using ice from the nearby Torne River. Everything inside is sculpted from ice, the walls, the beds, the bar, all glowing under soft lights that shimmer through the crystal-clear surfaces. But what makes this place even more special is that each room is a one-of-a-kind art installation, designed by artists from around the world. And when spring comes, the hotel melts away, returning to the river, ready to be reimagined and reborn the next winter. It's not just a place to stay. It's an unforgettable fusion of art, nature, and Nordic culture, carved in ice. Number 2, a month without sunlight, and yet Swedes stay joyful. In the far north of Sweden, in places like Kiruna, a fascinating natural phenomenon occurs each year. The sun disappears completely for more than a month. During the depths of winter, as the Earth tilts away from the sun, this region enters what's known as the polar night, a time when daylight never truly arrives. The sky glows faintly with a soft twilight for a few hours, then fades back into complete darkness. It might sound gloomy, even depressing, but for many Swedes, it's just another season to embrace. Instead of fearing the dark, they light candles at home, use warm-toned lamps, drink hot cocoa, gather with friends, host light festivals, and lean into the quiet stillness that winter brings. Many even take the chance to sleep more, read more, or simply slow down, truly slow down. To them, the darkness isn't something to escape. It's part of the natural rhythm of life, and it's a quiet reminder that the light always returns, even after the longest, quietest nights. Number 1, the right to silence is a cultural norm in Sweden. Have you ever sat on a bus and silently wished no one would start a conversation? In Sweden, that's not just a personal preference. It's practically a cultural norm. Swedes deeply value privacy and quiet. They don't typically make small talk with strangers. They don't ask personal questions unless necessary, and they certainly don't strike up random conversations in elevators or cafes. There's even a concept called tystnadsplikt, which loosely translates to the duty of silence. It's not a legal restriction, but rather a quiet social agreement, especially in public or professional settings, that everyone is entitled to their own peaceful space. In Sweden, silence isn't seen as coldness, it's seen as respect, giving others the mental and emotional space they may need to think, to rest, or simply to be. And the beautiful twist, that silence makes conversations more meaningful. Because when a Swede speaks, chances are they truly have something to say. Sweden may not be loud or flashy, but it's that quiet sense of just enough that makes this country so unique, where every strange little detail reflects a deeper philosophy of life worth thinking about. If you found this video interesting, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share it with others. See you in our next cultural journey.